Welcome my dear 8th class students. Today we are going to know about how scientists work, in what way our scientists are working, about that scientific method and what are the different steps involved in the scientific method. Everything we will discuss in this video. Okay, before going to know about details of scientific method, first we have to know what is meant by scientific method. Scientific method, the organized ways which are used by scientists. The organized way, not in a random manner. The scientists, they work in a organized way which are used by scientists. The organized ways which are used by scientists to plan and conduct a study. Why they are working in an organized way? To plan and conduct a study is called scientific method. To know knowledge about anything, they work in a organized way, and that organized way is called as scientific method. I think you understand what is scientific method. Once again recall, the organized ways which are used by scientists to plan and conduct a study is called scientific method. Okay, the scientists, along with the scientific method, they also use science process skills, which we are going to study about later session about science process skills. They use science process skills to organize, to analyze. First of all, they use the science process skills to gather the information or to gather the things what are required to know about something. Gathering, first thing. Later, the gathered material they organize in a proper way. After that organization, they analyze about the information. Okay, gathering, organize and analyze. After analyzing, what they give? They just present the investigation, the result of the investigation. For scientific methods, first the necessary things what the people need is, first we have to gather the things which are required to know. To give answer to a question, we need to gather some information. Later, we need to organize that. And then, we need to analyze the information. Finally, we have to present our result by using these things. Then what are the main steps involved in a scientific method? If we talk about that, before going to discuss about different steps involved in a scientific method, here in your 8th class, one boy named as Aravind. Aravind, he just started investigation. He get one doubt by observing the nature. He get one doubt and he want to answer himself for that question. He is not going to ask any questions to others. By himself, he want to know the answer. How he is working? By taking that Aravind example, I will explain all these steps involved in the scientific method. In that, the first step is observe and ask questions. How can we observe the nature? By using our senses. What are our senses? Like our eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin. By using all these senses, by using the sense organs, we are able to sense the nature. We are able to observe the nature. By using your senses, first you have to observe the nature. By observing while we are observing the nature, we may get many doubts. Okay. In our mind, many questions are arised. And now some people may ask some questions to the elder ones and you people may get answers. And some other people, they want to know the answer by their experience, not by asking others as like a scientist. Okay. If you want to become a scientist, first we have to, if you want to know answer for any question, we have to follow the scientific method. The scientific method, it involves many steps. In that, the first one is observation, means observe and asking questions. By observing, in our brain we may get many questions. For that question, we need to answer. How can we answer? By investigation, by doing investigation on that question. Then what is Aravind question? By observing the nature, he got one question. What is that question? Here if you observe, you may see with clarity which soil works best for planting bean seeds. What is his question? Which soil works best for planting bean seeds? Okay. He took some bean seeds and he wanted to plant them in different varieties of soils, and he wanted to test which soil is the best for the growth of bean seeds. That is his question. Now the second step. We enter to the second step. What is that? Form a hypothesis. Form a hypothesis. What is meant by hypothesis? Hypothesis means possible answer that can be tested. Possible answer means it is nothing but your guess. Sometimes if we don't know any answer to any type of question, we just guess. In the same manner, hypothesis is also a type of guess. The possible answer that can be tested. While we are thinking about a question, immediately we get one answer. And we may think that is the possible answer. Now we have to work on that possible answer. How we can work? Okay, here what the Aravind did, he just take some bean seeds and he planted the bean seeds in different varieties of flower pots. We will discuss about in another step. In the hypothesis, what is Aravind's hypothesis? Means he guessed that the potting soil is best for the growth of bean seeds. The potting soil, what we took here, is work as a best soil for the growth of bean seeds. That is his hypothesis. Now he is going to test that hypothesis whether it is correct or wrong. Now we come to the next step. What is the third step? Plan an experiment. First we need to plan an experiment. For planning an experiment, first of all we need to gather the equipment required for the experiment. What are the equipment needed for Aravind's experiment? He want to test the bean seeds in which kind of soil they are growing well. That's why he took 3 flower pots and he filled the flower pots with the different kinds of soils. In the first one he took sandy soil, and in the middle one he took clay soil, and in the last one he took potting soil. Okay, like that. For this he need different varieties of soils and 3 flower pots, along with that some bean seeds. Okay, he just started gathering all that equipment, all that necessary materials for conducting the experiment, and later he started writing what he has to do first, in the middle and in the last. Step by step he just planned the experiment what he has to do in a notebook. Later he entered to the fourth step. What is that? Conduct the experiment. After planning the experiment, we need to conduct the experiment. For conducting the experiment, we already gathered the required materials. Now he planted the bean seeds in different varieties of soils. What are the different varieties of soils? Sandy soil, clay soil and potting soil. Here in this experiment, conducting the experiment or planning the experiment, we should take care about variables. What is meant by a variable? Variables are factors which are present in the nature. Factors that can be affect the outcome of the investigation. What they are doing? They just affecting the outcome of the investigation. Means the area variables, they are capable to change the result of the investigation. That's why we should be careful about variables. Here what are the variables? The constant variables. Sunlight. The availability of sunlight is same for 3 pots. The availability of water. Before he is going to water the plants, He took a measuring jar. By measuring the water, equal amount of water he is giving to the plants. He is watering in a equal manner. He is also making the flower parts to get equal amount of sunlight. These are the constant variables. What about different variables present here? He took here sandy soil, and in the second flower pot clay soil, and in the third flower pot he took potting soil. These are the different variables present in the flower pots. The constant or sunlight, water and other natural variables are constant. Okay. If we make the flower pots to be one is in the dark room, one is in the bright sunlight, one is in the shade, then do we get the same result? No, it is impossible. That's why while we are conducting the experiment, it is must and should we should take care about constant variables. We have to provide the same varieties of variables to the experiment, same conditions to the experiment. Here why we change the soil means because our question in which soil the bean seeds are going to grow well. That's why only one variable we are changing. Remaining all variables we are providing in a same manner. Okay, is it clear? And now after conducting the experiment, while we are conducting the experiment, it is must and should we have to note down each and every point. Okay, what are the different changes taking place in this while we are conducting the experiment, we have to note down. It is very useful for giving information about result. That's why while we are conducting the experiment, it is must and should we have to take care. We have to write each and every change which is occurring in the flower parts. It is very helpful while we are giving result. We are expressing the result. If you come to the final step, what is that? Draw conclusions and communicate results. Draw conclusions and communicate results. Here, if we talk about the result is in the both in the sandy soil and potting soil, the bean seeds they grow well, and the height of the plant, baby plant, is same in the both flower parts. The height of the plant, new baby plant, is same. There is no change. But in the clay, there is no sprouting of seeds. By listening the result, are you thinking that Arvind's hypothesis is correct? What Arvind told in his hypothesis, what he guessed? He guessed that bean seeds sprout, green seeds sprouts best in the potting soil. Is it right? No. The bean seeds, they just sprouts in the both varieties of soils in the same manner well. But in the clay, there is no sprouting of bean seeds. By this experiment, he concluded that his hypothesis was wrong. Okay? If it is wrong, what we have to do? How can we express the result? With the help of graphs, pie charts or tables which is comfortable to you to explain to the public or to your friends. Which one is comfortable to you, you may take that one. Here for graph, you may take here the sandy flower pot, and here clay, and here potting soil. Here the both sandy soil and in the potting soil, the height of the baby plant means bean plant is same. But in the middle clay soil, we did not find any sprouting of the seeds. That's why we draw the graph like this. By seeing this, we are able to understand the result. The result, it explains the bean seeds, they grow well in the sandy soil as well as in the potting soil. What about if we talk about a pie diagram? You may take here what is this sandy soil and potting soil, they just making the plant to grow in a same manner. Here also 50%, here also 50%. What about clay? There is no result. That's why we did not give any place to that. Okay. Like this, you may interact your data in the form of tables or in the form of graph or in the form of pie charts. It makes the people to understand better about your experiment. Okay, if your hypothesis is wrong, then what we have to do? If it is correct, what is the next step? We have to investigate further. If you have interest, though your hypothesis is correct, some people they may get. If we allow the bean plants to grow for a long time, then which soil gives more product, more yield? You may get such kind of question. Or which soil allows the plant to grow healthy? You may get that kind of questions also. And now you have to investigate on such kind of questions like Arvind. Here Arvind's hypothesis was wrong. That's why he is going to another hypothesis, another guess. If it is wrong, then he may guess another possible answer. And he works on the same by using these 5 steps. Okay? Like this, we have to explain the scientific method by using these 5 steps. What are the 5 steps? Observe and asking questions. The first step is observe and asking questions. First, we need to observe our nature, and while we are observing the nature, we get many doubts, many questions into our brain, and we need to work to know answer for such questions. Some people may ask some other elders or teachers or your father, mother. Some people they have own interest to investigate such kind of questions, and they need to find answer for their questions without asking others. Like that, by using our senses, we have to observe the nature and we have to ask many questions to get knowledge. Later, what is the second step? Form a hypothesis. On this question, you need to give one answer, your guess answer, your possible answer for this question. And in the third step, what is the third step? Plan an experiment. You have to plan. But depending on your hypothesis, you need to conduct one experiment. Before conducting that experiment, you need to plan. What are the equipment you are required? How to do the experiment? Everything you have to write. By after completion of planning, you go to conduct the experiment. Okay, now we have to conduct the experiment. We have to process the experiment depending on the notes what you write previously. Okay, step by step you have to complete the experiment, and each and every change what you observe day after day you have to note. After writing all these, you need to go to the next step. What is that? Draw conclusion and communicate result. Now it is time to express your result. After doing the experiment, we need to give answer for that question. Okay? But in the form of by interpreting your collected data in the form of graph or pie chart or table, which is the convenient one, you may take that and you explore your result by using these math skills. Okay, later if your hypothesis is wrong, then you need to go for another hypothesis, another possible answer. If your hypothesis is correct, if you have more interest to know about the same question, then you may create on the same topic another question. This is about scientific method. How our scientist works by using scientific method, which includes 5 main steps. Okay, we will meet you in the another session. Today the class is over.